Alright, I'm back for one more chapter. This will be the fifth chapter we've read, and then I'm going to bed. But after getting some refreshment, I believe I am ready to finish this. So that last chapter we saw Miru and friends race. But because of an unfortunate event involving a wall, Miru was sent to 30th place, and she desperately, well, let's just say, it made sense that she was crying afterwards. It kind of that sucks. It's probably like being a rookie in a sport and trying your best on your first debut day, just to fail. So understandably, yeah, she was sad. She'd lost quite badly, but her friend Donna did good. And as for Isabelle, she lost her machine. So now we've got some little pickle. We have Miru, who might be a little morale-stricken. And we got Isabelle, who literally is out for the count. And she's not happy about it. Not at all. She does feel that she deserves the right to race. So now what are we going to do? Well, we're going to figure that out in Chapter 4. Terminux was in his personal machine, trying to sort out whatever problem there was with it. Suddenly, he heard 2 feet marching off to him. The Metadroid turned and looked at James McCloud with utter disdain. McCloud. Hey there, Alkaline. You irk me to no end. So, James said, to divert the topic. Black Shadow said he wants to see you. James turned and walked off. Terminux crossed his arms. And where are you going? James chuckled a little and said he was off to train some of the new minions. Terminux turned back to his machine and closed up shop. He muttered to himself, "Insolent human." Terminux walked through the hallways and noted that Black Shadow, whoever he was, had a well-stocked ship. He could have used this kind of ship a long time ago. As he wandered into the main room, Black Shadow smiled. Terminux, I presume, the Dark Emperor said coldly. So, what do you want me here for? Black Shadow smiled a little, but he became serious. Are you familiar with the astral drive? Yes, Terminux said, as if new life went to him. He explained what he knew of it. Still, if I were to get this astral engine and then the key, how much power does that amount to? Enough to annihilate a planet in mere seconds, Terminux replied. However, I plan on killing my target first, before obtaining it. Black Shadow said nothing. Then he stood up, and had Terminux follow him through the base. He continued bargaining with Terminux, to which he said, I'll do my mission, on my own. But tat changed when they headed to a garage with Terminux's machine completely repaired and upgraded. In appearance, it looked similar to the Blue Falcon, but only darker. It also looks more violent. What is this? Terminux says he explained the machine. This means you work for me. You'll be working with James McCloud to kill your target. Shadow said nothing else as he headed to his room. Black Shadow silently thought of the things he could do with such power at his disposal. Okay, so that kind of confirms that James McCloud is a member of Dark Million. And maybe that's how it was in the anime. I actually don't know. Can't remember. I never watched the anime with subtitles, honestly. There were no subtitles at the time, so I wouldn't know, really. At any rate, that's interesting if he is in Dark Million. I didn't know that. Unless that's an original idea. At any rate, I really need to know. I can tell you, little lady, a mechanic said. Earl, I have never seen anything this robust in my life, so you can't fix it? I didn't say that. Miru exhaled in relief. However, no ordinary repairman could handle this. Seriously, let's hire Earl. At that moment, Miru felt like something was pulsing inside of her. She was confused, but realized that the accessory, rather, the astral engine, was reacting to the machine. The machine ignited its engines, showing that, in fact, it did work. Well, I'll be, the mechanic said, trying to understand what happened. I'm sorry. I just can't. Okay, it's official. It's in my mind. I keep thinking this is Earl. There's literally no reason this is Earl aside from the fact that he's a mechanic, but oh my god. Not even gonna fight. I'm just gonna imagine this is Earl. Cameo appearance. Mira went up to her machine and felt a bit scared to look into it earlier mishap. Of course, she had to when her transmitter went on. Miru scurried into her machine and responded to the transmission. Miru, Donna, from the transmitter, said, I was taking care of a job, but I was ambushed by a bunch of goons. Yes! Oh my god, there's 2 fan fictions out there of F-Zero that uses the term goons. I'm not alone. Oh, I got a couple, but they're calling in backup, and I have no way to escape. Well, where are you? Miru asked quietly. You know where the F-Zero Carnival is. It's F-Zero Carnival. Why would someone try to attack? Just get over to me. I'm in the alley near the toy shop. Miru was about to hang up, but then she remembered that she had a coupon for the toy store. Ah, that reminds me. I can finally get a few stuffed animals. Maybe I can see if they have some new toys as well. She forgot that her transmitter was still on. Toys? I could be killed any moment. And you're now thinking of buying toys? How did you get this job? Oh, sorry, Donna, Miru said quickly. Whatever. Just hurry up. Get me to the carnival. Miru closed her communications device and zipped out of the machine shop. Hey, wait, the mechanic said. It was too late. Miru's machine blasted through some part of the wall. There was one piece of foundation holding the building, which got broken, unfortunately, and it almost capsized. Jesus! That's a pretty big little mistake. Miru couldn't worry about that, because she was headed to the F-Zero Carnival. In the carnival, Isabelle was nearing the catering area, sampling some of her favorite dishes. Oh, I just remembered the 3 sandwiches thing. After a while, she was full and accidentally belched. Though few heads went her way, Isabelle just blew it off with a friendly laugh and a smile. Isabelle hauled herself up and tried a variety of games. At a bench nearby, 2 officers from the Federation were sitting with PJ, the cab driver. Overcharged fares, extortion, speeding, distracted driving, the list is longer than a Biorex. So, PJ, the first law enforcer said, what do you have to say for yourself? PJ began thinking of a way to distract the officers. Over there, the Master Chief. Oh, the Master Chief. Oh boy. The Master Thief. The officers turned to Isabelle, who was just standing there. The officers turned around and found nobody. PJ escaped. Again. Ah, we're in big trouble now. One of the biggest scammers in Mute City escapes again. Well, if you hadn't fallen for... Wait a minute. The 2 officers argued unnecessarily, and, well, not much got done on their part. Donna was hiding behind her F-Zero machine, armed with a blaster she stole from an enemy. Where is that woman? 2 big plasma lasers hit her machine. Donna then heard footsteps. She quickly came out and fired off a rain of shots. After that, she hid behind her machine. However, she heard heavy breathing. Donna noticed an unpleasant scent, and then she realized that a monkey was near her. Donna shrieked extremely quickly, making her sound less brave as she normally was. Donna was a bit frightened to continue like this. However, the big monkey knocked her out. And before she could lose consciousness, she saw a yellow machine. Oh, Billy. And she could easily make out to number 11. After that, she was loaded into a machine. 5 minutes later, Miru and her experimental craft arrived, only to find the scene Donna was describing empty. There were only a gun and broken transmitter laying on the ground. Donna was just here, Miru said to herself. Although she was getting somewhere in terms of searching for Donna, Miru assumed Donna had been trying to play a game, so Miru left. To her luck, she found Isabelle with a bevy of food and beverages. Hey, Miru, Isabelle said, as Miru came closer. I got a lot of food on the cheap. Want to share some with me? Miru couldn't put her finger on it, but she was supposed to be doing something else. On the other hand, her stomach was hurting, along with the Astro engine making it hurt even more. Miru sat near Isabelle and said, Okay, let's dig in. Miru knew that she was really supposed to be looking for Donna, but she couldn't think when running low on fuel. Hey, girls, said a familiar brownie voice. Gus, Isabelle said, acting like she needed privacy. Where's Donna? I figured I'd find her here. She usually comes here a while after the race, so have you seen her? Not really, she said. Miru didn't answer. She was busy chowing things down. Gus rubbed his head, said nothing, and left for the restaurant. What is this mockery? Terminux said towards McCloud. You said your mercenaries could get the job done. You got me the wrong woman. Chill it, tin can. Terminux looked at James, but controlled himself. That Miru kid is too smart to just get trapped. Besides, I'm absolutely sure she knows how that little belt... Astral engine, moron, Terminux said. James cocked his shades a little. The astral engine, James said, annoyed slightly. Now, what I'm saying is that we need to draw her into our web. This Donna is closer to her, so that's how we will start. I see, Terminux said, understanding the nature of the plan. However, this room isn't ideal. Let's try planning over in that conference room. As soon as the rest left, James turned to Donna and then he left. Later that night, a hooded figure arrived and looked at Donna. The figure pulled out a large backpack-like object and was about to affix it to her. But for his plan to work, he needed Donna awake. He merely waited. Alright. So now we have a few situations going on. Obviously, biggest one being that Donna's quite a bit of danger of Dark Million, or at least I think they're called Dark Million. Kind of interesting that James and Terminux are working together. I mean, I only say that because, well, in F-Zero Seppuku, I'm not used to really reading about James McCloud because, first of all, I don't know any fan fictions where he's a character, and in F-Zero Seppuku, he only made like 1 or 2 appearances. He made 3 appearances. So it's interesting hearing and imagining James McCloud in a story because I have actually never really had to stop and think about him much in the past. In that sense, it's also worth noting that I rarely ever used the character Billy. He barely made any appearances, but I did give him a mentioning once in part 3. Billy was mentioned, the one that knocked out Donna. Or at least I believe knocked out. It's not that I don't like Billy. Actually, yes, that is why I don't like Billy. Well, it's nothing against. I'm not saying I hate him. He's just not a racer I'm interested in. That's what I'm saying. Billy's one of those characters that I always viewed a little. I mean, and I never really got into his character in the games. And I don't think I really cared about him in the anime, even though I didn't understand what was going on in the show. I guess I just never really cared for him. But be that as it may, that's how it started off with literally all characters until I wrote F-Zero Seppuku. Once I started exposing myself to the characters more in Seppuku, I ended up liking almost every character in F-Zero. That being said, I'm sure the same thing can happen with this story in Billy. Maybe this story can make me like Billy more. We'll see. Well, I would probably, honestly, I chose a stupid, I have to admit, this was a dumb time to start doing this. I probably would be saying a lot more about the story itself. Again, I really did grasp what's going on in this chapter. And honestly, let's be honest, the reason I kept reading tonight wasn't just because I wanted to get the 5 chapters done with. It's because literally every time I tried getting in bed, I ended up deciding I wanted to read more. But 5 chapters, that's the maximum I want to do. If I do too much, then we're going to get down to the story too fast. I would like this to last a few months. If things went fast, I would say this would take us about a little more than 4 months. But I'm going to go ahead and guess this will be a 5-month process, assuming that things go according to schedule. So, in the meantime, thank you for tuning in to this. This Friday, I will be reading this Hetalia story by another person that is also long, but that is only 12 chapters. Difference is that is a 12-chapter story with much lengthier basis of chapters. So, I look forward to returning to the story next week, and I will get these videos posted on DeviantArt as fast as I can. So, thank you for reading, watching, or listening, and farewell.